Most missing person cases follow a pattern, a last known location, a clear timeline, a trail that slowly fades. But sometimes, the timeline doesn't fade, it breaks. And when investigators realized this case didn't add up, they weren't searching for where someone went. They were trying to understand what someone was hiding. It began as an ordinary day. No arguments, no distress, no signs that anything was wrong. Routine plans were made, messages were sent. Life moved forward the way it always had. And then silence. At first, nothing seemed unusual. People get busy, phones die, plans change. But as hours passed, the silence felt heavier. Not temporary, intentional. Friends began reaching out, calls unanswered, messages unread, social media activity frozen in time. That moment, when digital life suddenly stops, is often the first real alarm. Because in modern cases, people rarely disappear completely. Their phones move, their accounts update, something leaves a trace. But here, nothing did. Investigators began with the basics. Last confirmed sighting, last conversation, last digital activity. At first, everything appeared consistent, until small contradictions began to surface. Witness statements didn't align perfectly. Times overlapped in ways that didn't make sense. And the timeline, instead of forming a straight line, started to bend. One detail stood out immediately: movement that couldn't be explained. Location data suggested activity after the disappearance, but not activity that fit the narrative. It wasn't frantic, it wasn't random, it was controlled. That kind of movement doesn't suggest panic. It suggests intention. As interviews continued, investigators noticed something unsettling. The story didn't stay consistent. Details shifted. Timings changed. Memories became uncertain. Individually, these inconsistencies seemed small. Together, they formed a pattern, and patterns rarely appear without reason. Missing person cases are often about searching. Searching locations, searching routes, searching possibilities. But this case became different. Investigators weren't searching for distance, they were searching for truth. Because the evidence suggested the disappearance wasn't random, it was constructed. Silence is often misunderstood. It feels like absence. But in investigations, silence can be a form of evidence. A missing message, a delayed response, a moment where behavior stops matching reality. In this case, silence wasn't the mystery. It was the clue. Most people believe disappearances are chaotic, sudden, unpredictable, impossible to understand. But some cases are disturbingly deliberate, carefully timed, carefully explained, carefully hidden, and that's what made this case so unsettling. It didn't feel like someone vanished. It felt like a story was Some missing person cases leave no trace. Others leave too many, and when the timeline doesn't add up, the truth usually isn't far away. It's just waiting behind the detail that no one questioned at first. If you're drawn to real cases like this, quiet, psychological, and deeply unsettling, there are many more stories where timelines hide the truth.